One of the best films of 2019, A24's Waves is the story of an African-American family living in the suburbs of southern Florida. This family drama stars Kelvin Harjan Jr. as Tyler, a young teenager pursuing a wrestling scholarship and feeling immense pressure from his father to get a scholarship, causing their relationship to be tumultuous. A wrestling incident leaves Tyler injured, and he turns to painkillers. His mental health continues to decline as he finds out he might soon be a father. Drew Daniels' cinematography in Waves, with its motion and closeness, is reminiscent of later scenes in Challengers. The film's soundtrack by Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor, who also did the soundtrack for Challengers, adds to the film's powerful look into family dynamics and young love. The tragedy within Waves is Shakespearean, but there is a sense of hope amidst the bleak and often relentless plot. Another Luca Guadagnino film that Challengers fans would love is A Bigger Splash, based on the Jacques Deray classic La Piscine. Rock star Marianne Lane and her lover, Paul de Smet, arrive in Pantelleria for a much-needed vacation. However, their trip is ruined by the appearance of Marianne's ex-lover, Harry Hawks, and his daughter, Penelope Penn Lanier. As the four spend time together, new relationships begin to form, and old ones start to shatter. Guadagnino doesn't shy away from echoing the same sensual energy here as he does in Challengers. There's a love triangle as Harry and Paul compete for Marianne's affection. However, Guadagnino thickens the plot between lovers by throwing in Penn, who is infatuated with Paul. A Bigger Splash is a psychological drama where viewers can feel the uncertainty of what is going to happen next vibrate through the screen. Fiennes is wild as Harry, which is a stark contrast to how Swinton plays Marianne. Silver Linings Playbook is probably one of the best romantic comedies of the 2010s. Bradley Cooper stars as Pat Solitano, who has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and returns to his parents' home hoping to get back with his wife despite a restraining order against him. He meets Tiffany Maxwell, a grieving widow, and the two instantly connect. Tiffany makes a deal with Pat. She'll reach out to his wife, but only if he becomes her dance partner for a competition. Dancing and football, especially the Philadelphia Eagles, are big in the Silver Linings Playbook. But, like Challengers, this film isn't really about competition or sports in general. Instead, it's about cautiously falling in love. Silver Linings Playbook is a very serious, dark comedy about mental health and love. Pat and Tiffany aren't in a big passionate romance. They slowly come to find their feelings for each other. Brideshead Revisited is adapted from Evelyn Waugh's novel and features one of the most notorious love triangles in literature. In pre-World War II England, Charles Ryder, a young middle-class man, is fascinated by his classmate, Lord Sebastian Flight, Ben Whishaw, whose family is very wealthy. Sebastian invites Charles to spend time at his family's estate, known as Brideshead. There, Charles meets Lady March Main, the controlling and religious mother, and falls in love with Julia, one of Sebastian's sisters, while also struggling with his feelings for Sebastian. With World War II luring in the background, Brideshead Revisited is already a story that is foreshadowed in tragedy. It's a gripping love story and a worthy watch for anyone who likes Challengers. The love between Charles and Lord Sebastian is electric, and it's sad to see them have to hide it. On the other hand, Julia and Charles's love is pretty fiery and adds a terse energy between Sebastian and Julia as they both seek Charles to be their lover. Vicky Cristina Barcelona sees best friends Vicky and Cristina spending their summer in Barcelona. Juan Antonio is a painter who whisks both women away for a short trip to Oviedo, where things get steamy between him and Cristina. The plot takes a more complicated turn as Cristina and Juan Antonio become a throuple with his ex-wife, Maria Elena, a passionate woman with severe mental health issues. Challengers fans will find Vicky Cristina Barcelona's love story twisting and intriguing. The film's themes around the complexity of relationships are similar to Challengers. It's a different kind of love drama, where viewers might not be too sure what direction is going in and whether everyone in the story will have a happy ending. That's what makes this film so engaging, is its willingness to embrace how love isn't easy. Love and Basketball is an early 2000s romantic drama about two people with a passion for basketball. Monica and Quincy grew up playing against each other in their backyards as kids. Years later, they are pursuing their dreams of becoming professional basketball players. However, their love starts to come between their ambitions, and they find themselves at a crossroads. Quincy and Monica's love story is beautiful. They love each other as much as they love basketball. There are certainly parallels between their relationship and Tashi and Art's love in Challengers. Monica and Quincy are passionate about the same sport, and they want each other to be successful. Like Tashi, Monica is a strong female character, a go-getter who wants nothing more than to turn her dreams into reality. Love and Basketball is among the best movies about basketball and a thoughtful portrayal of love in the face of competition. A jaw-dropping and poetic thriller, Burning features the acting talents of Steven Yeun, John Seo, and Yoo Ah-in. Lee Jong-soo ends up coincidentally meeting an old neighbor, Hae Mi. She asks him to watch her cat while on a trip to Africa. When she returns, she shows up with a friend named Ben. The three hang out briefly, and Jong-soo doesn't find out much about Ben other than he loves to burn down greenhouses. Burning isn't at all romantic, and there is a sense of uneasiness throughout. Hae Mi isn't happy and is grasping to find meaning in her life. Ben just plays, while Jong-soo just sees himself as a writer. Burning doesn't really define the relationships fully, giving a mysterious layer to their love. The film shows the more disturbing side of human relationships and how little a person might know of someone else, even if they are supposedly together. Personal Best didn't do too well at the box office at the time of its release, but it was received well by critics, becoming one of the most well-known lesbian films since its debut in 1982. Tori and Chris are lovers who run track and field, encouraging each other to do their best during training and practice. Even though they are lovers, Tori and Chris are still competitors, and their coach, Terry Tingloff, fears their relationship will get in the way of their careers. Instead of the tennis court like in Challengers, the track and field becomes the stage for a love triangle. The heated interactions between Chris, Tori, and Coach Terry are almost like the ones between Art, Tashi, and Patrick in Challengers. The only difference is that Chris and Tori are a bit more supportive of each other's ambitions to become the best in track and field. Match Point centers on a love affair against an upper-class English backdrop. Chris is a retired professional tennis player who is now an instructor for wealthy people. His world changes when he meets Chloe, the sister of Tom, one of his rich students. Chris and Chloe get engaged, but he begins an affair with Tom's fiancée, Nola. Soon, Chris becomes trapped in a web of lust, deceit, and ambition. One of the best movies about tennis, Match Point's biggest focus is on class, and fans know there is some commentary on wealth in Challengers, too. Set in a world of old money, connections, and influence, Match Point's plot is all about the pursuit of wealth. Chris finds himself in a situation where he takes on the values of the wealthy, who can get away with whatever they want. The film asks how far a person is willing to go to keep their newfound comfort and what they're willing to sacrifice. Jules and Jim is perhaps the love triangle film of all time. The movie is framed by the events of World War I and follows Jules, a writer, and Jim as they become best friends over their mutual love of art. They meet Catherine, and the three quickly connect. Jules and Jim are attracted to Catherine, but the war pushes and tests their friendship and love for each other. This is a classic love triangle film and a prime example of French New Wave romanticism. Challengers fans will appreciate how these two movies are almost mirror images of each other, even though Jules and Jim doesn't have anything to do with sports. Jules and Jim's premise is similar to the love triangle in Challengers. Both movies reflect on how friendships and love can evolve, especially when unpredictable obstacles get in the way.